Hi, this is John Hawkins Jr. with Gateway Counseling Center. This is our Tuesday night YouTube Live. I'm a licensed psychotherapist, certified addiction professional, and peak performance strategist here in South Florida. We have a outpatient counseling center here in Boynton Beach. We do individual, family, and couples therapy, relationship counseling. We've been here for a little over 10 years now. And we do these every Tuesday night at 7:15 to be a resource to the community, just providing information, answer any questions you might have that come in. So you can send me any questions while I'm talking. You can reach me throughout the week at jonh@gatewaycounseling.com. You can, any question about mental health, relationship, success, performance blocks, anything, addictions, anything that you have. And we like to do this once a week just to really kind of, like I said, provide a public service to the community and keep getting, just helpful information out there or resources. Maybe some of you don't have the resources to come to therapy right now, and, we can provide that for you. So this week, one of the things, in addition to the questions I get, it seems like week to week, I'll find themes that come up for people, like numerous clients that week. I don't know if something's in the air or what's going on, but that I'm like, wow, that'd be a really good thing that I hear a lot of people talking about this week that maybe, you guys who are watching these videos could really benefit from. So what I want to talk to you about this week is the importance of positive goals versus negative goals. So what I mean by that, and then I'll explain a little bit how the brain works, and then also why we focus so much in relation to those goals on what we don't want versus what we do want. And one of the things about making negative goals, like, and I'll give you an example of what a negative goal is. So when I worked in substance abuse treatment centers, the negative goal would be, I want to stop using opiates, or I want to stop drinking alcohol. Okay, so it's what I don't want to do versus what I do want to do. And I have never met one person after working with several thousand people that can initially tell me what they want or how they feel. Every single person will tell you what they don't want and what they don't feel. I don't know why that is. It's a phenomenon that makes me really curious. I want to figure out or research one day, being the nerd that I am. But the problem is, when you make a negative goal, is one, it's not motivating to give something up, but then you keep yourself focused to this thing I want to get away from. So if I say I don't want to drink anymore, I don't want to smoke cigarettes anymore, I don't want to, reach out to this negative person anymore who I know is unhealthy for me, whatever, I'm thinking about that person, and it's the process of letting something go. So like I said, it's demotivating, plus it keeps us attached. One of the issues with the brain is it doesn't understand what's called negation. So when you tell it things like don'ts, nots. So when I was playing a lot of golf and I was taking golfing lessons, I learned so much about why golf is the most mental game on the planet. But one of the things is, if you get up there and you say, I don't want to hit it in the water, I'm on this beautiful hole that's surrounded by all this water in the tee box, and I say, oh, okay, don't hit it in the water. The only thing my brain can focus on is the water. And then also, I'm coming from a place of fear. So this fear response will cause me muscle tension. So now I've just focused on the thing I don't want to go towards. I've created the conditions which will most likely make me go right towards it, which is all this muscle tension that won't let me be fluid. So just like the addict in treatment who's saying, I don't want to do Oxycontin anymore, I don't want to drink alcohol anymore, it just keeps you fixated on this, and it also keeps you more in, like a survival mode. Even if it's not at a high level, there's a threat, something I don't want to go towards. It's dangerous, like the opiates could kill me, the alcohol could ruin my life. So it's not like it's an avoidance goal versus an approach goal. So a positive thing, like in those cases, I would say, like say for the golfer, then I'd want to help him or her fixate on where I want to be. Look down the fairway or look at the green and see exactly where do I want to hit the ball. So my brain, my subconscious or subcortical brain will fixate on that thing. And now I'm in more of an approach goal, which is not coming from a state of fear. It's coming from a more empowered place. So it's like, oh, okay, I want to go towards that. It has a different impact on your brain. For the drug addict in treatment, if the goal is, again, I want to stop using heroin, but if the goal switches towards, I want to go back to school and get my degree. I want to find a healthy relationship. I want to buy my first home. I want to, the mind will focus itself on what you orient it towards, good or bad. It is neutral. It doesn't have its own agenda in that regard. If you, are focused on, I want that healthy relationship, I want that first home, I want to have a family one day, your brain will develop an image of that. And when you see an image in your mind, it's connected to your emotions. And so it will give you that feeling as if that thing were already in existence to some level. So if it's fear based image, it's going to give you tension in your body. If it's an approach based image where it's something I really want and desire and it's a good thing, it's going to fill me more with a positive energy, and it's going to start seeking that thing all the time. Even in your sleep, 24/7, it's going to say, how can I obtain that? Orient towards everything that even my cognitive mind wouldn't make links as far as that's going to drive me towards that. What I filter in and out of my consciousness, because we can't take in everything, it's just going to start looking for those kind of things. And that's why it's so important to make a positive goal versus a negative goal on a brain level, because you hear people talk about that all the time. Focus on what you want, not what you don't want. Make a positive goal versus a negative goal. But this is why that is so important. Why it works is because of the way the brain works. Is it will put you again in a fear state or an approach empowered state, and it's much more motivating to obtain things versus give things up, even if it's a bad thing. So let's say with the drugs or whatever, or a bad relationship, there's still something positive I'm getting from that. So let's say, I'm getting high. So that's a really motivating to my brain, even though I know it comes with all these other negative consequences. Or if I'm with this unhealthy person, but they make me feel better about who I am, or have great sex, or whatever it may be, despite all the negative stuff, there's still like this positive feeling that comes with that. So, like I said, I don't know what it is that's instinctual in human nature. I believe it's still like a survival-based mechanism that everybody focuses on what they don't want. It takes a lot of work and intentionality for me to help people shift towards what they want. And I will sit there and I will tell them everything I just told you, and they will still tell me what they don't want and what they don't feel. Like, it's insane. So think about that the next time when you're using your language, because language will have the same impact. Like if you're thinking it, but you're saying, okay, I don't want to think about what I don't want, but then I talk in terms of what I don't want. Like in a relationship, if I say, I want you to stop spending so much time at work, where the other person typically gets defensive because they feel like they're doing something wrong, or they feel trapped, like I can't give you providing and spending time with you to the level you want, so I feel stuck and like I'm failing, nothing's good enough. But if you say it in a way of, I'd really like to spend more time with you at night, then it doesn't feel like I'm so much. It can still land on somebody that way, like I'm doing something wrong. And the other person's able to receive it better, usually because it's set in a positive frame. You're saying what you want versus what you don't want. And I guess the last thing I would add to that, I mean, this is a little bit quantum physics, so we're getting a little outside of psychology, but there's a big interplay we're understanding now too. So when you develop that image in your mind, you're putting yourself, we know that the whole universe is connected relationships of energy, but from physics, from quantum physics. So you're also, because you hear so much about the law of attraction. So for me, there's like two elements that are based in hardcore science. One is the first half of what I'm telling you, that your brain will start to focus and orient itself towards things that will help me obtain that thing. And then it will also fill me with the energy I need to go pursue that thing, because it's something I'm going to acquire and something that brings in a positive, energizing feeling state. The other thing is when you focus on an image in your mind, it puts you in like the field of those things. So you really do, like, it puts you in an emotional state, which is energy. Emotions are chemical, electrical energy in your body that react, and we know that they have measurable frequencies. So it puts you in like a field of that frequency, which then between the brain orienting towards it and you being more in that field really starts to bring those things more into your life. And so it's not like, oh, new agey and all this stuff. I mean, it's really hardcore science of quantum physics and psychology and how the brain works. And so I can tell you, working with thousands of people, all my clients, they work through their core issues and they start to align themselves in a more positive emotional state in the way they start to see reality, experience reality. stuff starts popping up in their life that they've always longed for, whether it's friendships, whether it's the right romantic partner, whether it's the right career, like, I mean, like almost like magic, that they had to do a lot of hard work to get themselves into that state where they would start aligning themselves with that. But so much of it is really, you hear people talk about more and more, um, I see in social media, like the RAS, what's called the reticular activating system. So it's like the primary filter for what my brain will orient towards. So, you know, you can't trick your subcortical brain, but if I have a goal and I have start to develop an emotional connection to that goal, it will start to really filter what my brain orients towards in relation to that goal. Like I said, it's so key to make a positive approach goal versus a negative avoidance goal, because it's not going to fill me with that. If I say I want to buy my first house, but all I can worry about is being broke, it's not going to energize me towards the house. It's going to be fear based. It's going to cause me tension, and my brain, that part of the brain is going to orient me towards anything that's related to that fear, because that's the stronger emotional state that I'm in. And so don't worry, like if you start that process and you say, okay, I'm going to start focusing towards that goal, that positive approach goal, but I still feel fear, I still feel anxiety, I still have doubts. You're just working through those to get to the point where then I can match the feeling with the image and the vision. The image is really important. Develop an image, not just a thought about what you want, because that's what's connected to you directly to your emotional circuits. And so if you think about anything in your life, like one of the best times in your life, one of the worst times in your life, and you think about the image that you see in your mind, notice what you feel in your body. Like you'll get, like if I think about one of the most embarrassing things I've ever had in my life, I can feel my stomach drop right now, right? It's not happening to me now, it happened to me years and decades ago, but I can still feel it. If I think about like some of the most amazing moments in my life, recent or past, and you really notice, you get a feeling in your body related to it. So work on developing that positive image. This is why focusing on what you want, not what you don't want, is so important and so powerful. So I hope you benefited from that, enjoyed that. If you did, follow us. We're on Gateway Counseling Center on Facebook. Gatewaycounseling.com is our website. Gateway Center on Instagram. You can reach me on any of those platforms. We have the Mind Zone group on Facebook. John H at gatewaycounseling.com. Send me questions. Please tag, share with anyone you believe could benefit from this information that we provide on Tuesday nights. Every Tuesday night at 7:15, I'll be on here answering any questions you have or providing information or things like this week that I just noticed a lot of people are focused on or struggling with. And like I said, so maybe it's just in the air, and I think it's a good topic for the week. So like I said, we're just here trying to provide benefit as much as we can in every way we can. I appreciate any support you guys give us in extending out our positive message to as many people as we can. So I appreciate watching this video, and I look forward to talking to you guys next week and hearing from you throughout the week. Any of you decide to message me or